When I was a kid, I remember hearing something that stuck with me. You'll never make $1 million over the course of your life. Now that's not saying you'll never make $1 million a year. That's not saying that you'll never make $1 million a month, but over the course of your life. And even now, decades later, I keep hearing people still saying it. It's a phrase that's being passed around like fact, and many people just accept it. But let me tell you right now, that is not a fact. That is a lie. That is a limiting belief that has been fed to us our entire lives, and we don't even realize it. Welcome back to another episode of Sweat Talk. My name is Chad. Hello. Let's just say for simple math that you make $50,000 a year, which is just slightly above the average individual income. If you make that $50,000 a year for 20 years, you have made $1 million over the course of your life. And yet, many people still believe that they will never meet that milestone. Even worse, they carry that belief like it's a burden that they just can't shake off. So the first time I heard somebody say that, I remember thinking to myself, why the hell not? On the surface of that, it sounds harmless. It might have even been, somebody might have even said it as a joke or in a casual conversation. Your parents probably said that to you. I know mine did. But here's what happens. Your subconscious mind does not take that as a joke. What your mind actually hears is I will never be wealthy. And once that seed is planted, it grows into something that's actually destructive. Once you start to believe it, you will stop chasing it. You won't take the time to learn a skill or invest your finances or invest in your future. And that's because you've already convinced yourself that it's not going to make a difference. That's the power of limiting beliefs. We don't fail because we lack potential. We fail because we've already been defeated in our own minds before we even got started. And here's the kicker, it's not usually malicious. People don't typically just set you down and say, you're not gonna amount to shit, or you're not gonna make it out. I can say that did happen to me, but that's not the normal. That's not what happens to most people that are held back in their own minds. For most people, that belief, it's extremely subtle. It's actually hidden in everyday conversations, everyday truths, and in societal situations, and we just accept them as norms. If you think about the root of this, or if you think about what actually causes this, it's the fact that we are never taught to be financially literate. Our education system, it's failed us on this front. The education system doesn't teach us how to budget. It doesn't teach us how to invest or build wealth. And instead, we're taught to work hard and work for somebody else. Keep our head down, obey what we're told, collect that paycheck, and just simply survive. But in my opinion, survival is not the goal. Thriving, that's the goal. There's a Jim Rohn quote that I've used in a couple of my videos, and I use it because I freaking love it. And the quote goes, if you invest in a job, you'll make a living. If you invest in your future, you'll make a fortune. If you think about that for just a moment, when people hear that word invest, they automatically think about the stock market or the real estate market. But investing is not just about money, it's also about you. It's about building skills, growing knowledge, and finding ways to increase your value. To me, being rich it's not about just having a lot of money. It's about being able to live free and live life on your terms. It means having peace of mind, time for the family, and being able to pursue what truly matters to you. But ultimately, if financial wealth is what you want to pursue, there's something that you need to understand. Wealth comes from multiple streams of income. I believe that you need to invest in the stock market and real estate, but most importantly, you need to invest in yourself. When I say you need to invest in yourself, I'm talking about build a business, find a mentor, or even take online classes. And those don't even have to be college classes. They could just be somebody who you look up to, somebody who you admire, that is where you want to be in your life, who has already achieved what you want to achieve. It can just be somebody who's simply just a couple of steps ahead of you. Because here's where the magic happens. When you invest in yourself, you're not just learning a skill, you're actually increasing your value. You're building confidence, you're building expertise, and you're opening up new doors and to opportunities in the future. Think about this. If you spent $500 on an online course, just for example, That skill that you learned and that course that you went through, it could lead to a new career, it could lead to a new side hustle, it could even lead to starting your own business that you've always dreamt about doing. That return on investment it's absolutely infinite. When you build that skill, you are able to lift your salary cap, and you are no longer worth what your employer says that you are. Instead, you decide your value. You decide what your time is worth. You open up the opportunities for you. And most importantly, you take control of your future. If you're working a $25 an hour job, for example, you have unintentionally put a ceiling on your earning potential. You have actually told yourself that this job is worth 25 bucks an hour. And over time, that belief or that saying, it becomes a reality, so you stop looking for other opportunities. You stop looking for more ways to increase your value. So I want to put this into perspective. If you're making $50,000 a year over the course of a 30-year career, you have made $1.5 million over the course of that career. That's it, $1.5 million. That means that 30 years of your life is valued at $1.5 million. So now imagine if a loved one, your spouse, your child, or your best friend was in some sort of a tragic accident. Would you say that their life was only worth $1.5 million if it came down to a settlement? Of course you wouldn't. You would say that their life was priceless, because it is. So why do we place a value cap on our own lives? I believe we do it because we have been conditioned to believe that our worth is tied to a paycheck. But here's the truth. Your employer does not determine your worth. You do. It is solely up to you. When you change the way that you look at money, or you change your relationship with money, the opportunities will begin to open up for you, and you'll realize that they're actually endless. Number one, invest in yourself. Start learning some sort of a skill that is marketable, and always stay curious. Number two is seek out a mentor. Find somebody who's already achieved what you aspire to achieve, and then learn from their successes and failures. Number three is start thinking like an entrepreneur. Stop building somebody else's dream and start building yours. Number four, start creating assets, not just income. Start building something that actually that pays for you, whether you're awake and working or not. When you invest in yourself, you are unlocking a future that is full of potential. You are no longer limited by your salary or what society or your employer says you're worth. It's up to you. So I want to leave you with something, and I want you to rethink your definition of success. Because success isn't just a bunch of numbers that you see in your bank account. It's about freedom and peace and purpose. When you invest in yourself, you're not just changing your financial future, you're actually transforming your life. You're creating a future where you call the shots, you're in control, and you're able to live life on your terms. So ask yourself that question, just one question. What is my worth? Are you going to settle for a ceiling that somebody else has placed on you? Or are you going to break free and challenge those limiting beliefs and create the life that you desire? Understand that the choice is yours, and it starts today. If you made it this far, do me a favor and go down in the comments section and write that word invest. Just that one word, invest. You need to invest in yourself. You need to see the importance of investing in yourself. We all need to see the importance of investing in ourselves. Our lives will never change if we don't invest in ourselves and if we don't take action. We don't have a ceiling to our worth. There is no cap. It's a made-up construct and belief that we put on ourselves, and I hope throughout the course of this video you're able to understand that. I hope that I'm able to break it down to better understand how to potentially shift your perspective to help you realize the value and your worth. Thank you guys for all of your generosity and all of your support. Thank you guys for those super thanks. I truly am grateful. It means the world to me. It blows me away how supportive and how generous you guys are. And I want to be able to say thank you to each and every one of you. But that's all I got for today, guys. I want to thank you for showing up. I hope you guys are showing up for yourselves. And I hope each and every one of you has a wonderful day. Peace.